Today we will learn about solid, liquid, and gas. These three states. So let's begin today. So by the end of this lesson, you can identify the and define solid, liquid, and gas. Understand the processes of freezing and vaporization. Vaporization. Okay, so you can also learn about the role of containers in holding liquids and gases. And you can also answer questions related to each concept. So the first vocabulary we will learn today is solid. A solid is a form of matter with its own shape. So the first question is, can a solid change its shape on its own? Let's see. Lisa, can the solid change shape on its own, Lisa?
No.
Yes, they couldn't change its shape on its own. Humans sometimes change solid like this crystal. Humans, we mine the crystal and make it look beautiful, like change the shape to make it more beautiful. So solid can change the shape on its own. Okay, the second question. What are some explains no examples of solids? Let's see. Mint. What are some examples of solid?
Um,
Mint. What are some examples of solid? Something that you can hold, for example. Oh,
gold.
what mint?
Gold.
What mint? Can you say again?
Gold.
Wood. Oh yes, wood. Next, Harley. Can you add
Lamp.
what, Harley?
Lamp.
Land.
Lamp.
Lamp. A lamp, right?
Yes.
I think like your face is very dark. Maybe you should put a lamp.
Okay.
It's more brighter.
Fine.
Okay.
Better?
Yeah, that's loads better. Okay. How about you, Lisa? Do you know some example of solids? What can you name an example of solids? Lisa? Something that you can like hold, touch, and it is not change its shape, like a wooden block. Lisa? How about you, Bella? Can you help Lisa?
Maybe a table. A table.
Yes, a table is just hold its shape. It can't change without
A
something
chair.
flat on it. Yes, a chair. Correct. Okay, so the next question is ice a solid? Why or why not? Harley, is ice a solid? Harley?
I'm not sure.
Mm, who can help Harley now? Who can help Harley? Okay, Bella.
Bricks.
What?
Brick. Brick.
No! Question 3, are you not focusing?
Oh, it's as a soul. Oh, it's
Solid.
easy.
Solid.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
And
Because ice.
and why?
What, Bella?
You haven't answered the why part.
So, in conclusion, ice is actually a solid. We can touch it. It hold its shape. It did not change its shape. Okay, next. The next question, and last but not least of this vocabulary, is what happens if you put a solid in water? Mm, Harley,
It can break or get wet.
yes, it can break like mm, sand. It can break. It can like kind of separate it. It can be wet like no more solid, or it can even be dissolved like sugar. If you put sugar into the water and like shook it, it will turn slowly into like will dissolve slowly into water. So that is what's happened when you usually put a solid in water. Okay, so the next vocabulary today we will learn is liquid. A liquid,
Why are the wind so strange?
what's better?
Why does that liquid was so strange?
I don't know. Maybe a silver liquid or something. Okay, so return for our vocabulary. A liquid is matter that flows and takes the shape of its container. So you usually drink water and you see that when you pour it into a cup, it will hold the shape of the cup. Mm, so that is liquid. Okay. So the first question is, can a liquid have its own shape? Mm, Lisa, can um can a liquid have its own shape, Lisa?
Easy. No.
No. Yes, Lisa? It is no, right?
Yes.
Yes, correct. It didn't have its own shape. It can change shape if you pour a cup of water into a
Into a bottle.
what's better?
A liquid doesn't have shape because when we pour into a bottle, it still has shape of a bottle, but when we pour out, it doesn't have any shape. Oh, if you're in different things, not just have a bottle.
Okay. So next, mm, what happens when you pour a liquid from into a different container? Mint. What happened?
It will change the shape.
Change what mint?
Each shape.
Yes, it will change the shape of its new container. Okay, so the next question is, what are some example of liquid? So I will give an example, two example, oil and maybe water pollution can be the example of liquid. Okay, so Harley, can you answer it?
Juice.
Yes, juice. Lisa? Okay,
It,
I have a hint.
it
Something white.
water.
Yes, water. Mint.
What? Milk.
Mint.
Milk.
What mint?
Milk.
Milk. Yes, milk. And finally, Bella. Bella.
I know. Milk tea.
Milk tea. Yes, milk tea. Boba tea. Okay, so mm, the last question of this vocabulary is, does water stay in a liquid state? Hardly.
No.
Mm, no. Yes, you are right, Harley. Actually, liquid can be three states. First, it can be a gas. No, water has three states. First, it can be a gas, then a liquid, and when it freezes, it's turned into a solid, or we can say ice. So that is why liquid doesn't always stay in a liquid state. Okay. The next vocabulary is gas. Gas is a matter that changes shapes to fill its container, or it flows everywhere. We are touching it right now. We are touching it, but it's not actually like solid or liquid. We can move freely in it. Okay, so the first question here is, can you see all the gases? Mint. Can you see all the
Yes.
mint? Yes.
Yes.
Can you see all the gases? Mint?
No.
Yes. Because we can see vapor, we can see carbon dioxide. That is some gas we can see, but mostly oxygen, air. We are touching it right now, but it's invisible. We are breathing it. Yes, Harley?
From that,
I didn't see anything.
I think she's pointing to her garden. No! Don't you see my pen?
Maybe a background. You choose the blur background.
Maybe.
Turn into the background that is not blur.
Huh? What do you mean?
It means that this background has like make the your surrounding blur, but make yourself did not blur. Oh, You mean the fan?
Yes.
Yes, the fan is blowing wind towards you, Harley. Correct? Is that correct? Is that correct, Harley?
What do you mean?
I mean that, did I answer it correct? Is your fan blowing wind at you?
One more thing.
What is it?
Okay, one clue for you. It was on the wall. Not the fan, not the pictures.
Oh, air conditioner.
Yes.
Yes, that can blow cool air too. So let's return to our vocabulary here. So what happens when you open a bottle of gas? Mint?
The gas will come out.
Yes, that sort of right. If you open the bottle of gas, the gas will spill everywhere without even pouring it. It's like will fill all the room, fill all the cracks. So
And we also smell it.
sometimes
I like the smell of gas.
we
It's like
can
a couple
smell gas. Now, sometimes we can't smell gas like oxygen. We cannot smell oxygen, but we can smell some
but oxygen is still
gas
out in
in
our
the
house.
bathroom, for example. Okay, so then the next question. What are some example of gases? Let's see. Bella.
Coca-Cola.
Be-
A lot.
what is it, Bella?
Oxygen of hydrogen and oxygen.
No, just one example.
Okay. Oxygen.
Yes, one example. Harley.
Air.
Harley.
And do you know
No. Harley.
air?
Air. Yes, you can say this gas. Mint.
Uh,
Carbon dioxide. Mint. Okay, so the rest of it is I have give an example: dioxide, nitrogen. So the three main gases on the earth is carbon dioxide. No, the first is nitrogen, and then nitrogen have 78% of air being on the earth. Next is oxygen, 21%, and other gas, just one teeny tiny percent. Okay, so here, next. Does air takes up space? Mint. Does air take up space? Mint?
yes.
Yes, correct. You might think that air doesn't take any space, but actually it take all the spaces left that isn't taken by the solid or liquid. It covers the cracks. It was everywhere. Okay, so here the next one is vapor. Vapor is the water that's water in the air that you can sometimes see. So vapor when you boil. You can see it when your mom boil water in the like the pot. It's boiling water. It will make water vapor. So here, the first question. What happens when water is heated? Harley, what happened? What happened when water is heated?
The water
Turn
will
into turn into what, Harley?
the water will heat it up.
Yes, heat it up and became what? Became what, Harley? The vocabulary we learned today. All of these questions are mostly because of the vocabulary.
Vapor?
Yes, it will turn into vapor. Okay, so the second question. Can you see vapor? Lisa, can you see the vapor?
Yes.
Yes, we can see vapor. The third question. What are some examples of vapor? Mm, anyone? Like you can say vapor coming from a boil pot. That is one thing. Mint, do you have any example?
Vapor come from hot water.
Yes.
Boil water.
Bella, Bella.
Oh wow, vapor. Vapor come from. How do you know?
Okay, maybe comes from something that smells. So a machine that makes vapors that smells good. Okay, the fourth question of this vocabulary is, where can we find vapor in daily lives? Mint.
We can find vapor in hot place.
Yes, hot place.
Very hot.
Very, no, not exactly. You can very hot, but you can say that it's hot place. Harley.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Yes, maybe. Okay, so that's all the vocabulary of vapor. Next vocabulary is freeze. Very cold. The opposite of vapor is freeze. Freeze it means to change from a liquid to a solid. So here is something that freeze. At the Arctica and the Antarctica, it was very, very cold. And sometimes water freezes into an iceberg. That means a large mount. It's like a large mountain of ice, a large platform of ice that floated on the water. Or sometimes can
That
even
means
form
that if we
mountain.
go, so that means that if we go to Antarctica, we must prepare the ship very carefully when we go to Antarctica.
What do you mean, Bella?
That means that accidentally the ship crashed into that iceberg.
Oh, you mean the Titanic?
Yes, it's too crashed into an
Yes.
iceberg.
Toot, 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 toot. So that's sad, but some rumors that the Titanic is like crashes because of a fire. I don't know, but mm, there are some rumors about the Titanic. Okay, so the third um the first question. What happens when water freezes? Lisa, what happened? What happened, Lisa?
It will
Turn into what, Lisa?
turn into ice.
Yes, correct. To turn into ice. The second question. Can all liquids freeze? Bella, can all of them freeze?
Are you asking an article or here?
What, Bella?
Yes.
Mm, I, I don't think that oil can freeze. Don't you? I
Easy.
don't
We
think.
put the oil in and then we put in the fridge. Done.
I
For
don't.
the
I
next
don't think hook oil actually freeze. Maybe they freeze.
bit of oil.
Maybe. Okay, next. Our next question. What are some things that freeze in winter? Bella.
The pond.
Yes, one thing. Harley. Which thing freeze?
Plants.
Yes, plants. They freeze because plants have water in them. Mint.
Um.
Okay, maybe houses, the rooftops of houses freeze and turn into the ice, the pointed ice. Okay, so
We can only have snow.
yes,
Well,
and
I
maybe
have.
it have water and turn into the pointed ice like you see in the water. Okay, in the house, I mean. Okay, the next one. How does freezing helps keep food fresh? Mm, anyone? Okay, Bella, can you answer it? Can you answer it, Bella?
So okay. How does it help keep food fresh? The meat is helpful fresh, but I don't think it's
Yes.
hard.
It's gonna keep food fresh. It's
Oh, I
preserving.
know. If we keep in the fridge,
Yeah, so that's why
it will help from broken.
so that's why fridges are very cold for preserving the food. So it's will going to be fresh. So the next vocabulary here is container. A container is something that you can putting in. So usually we use container to put solids and liquids in, like a cup. That's one of the container. Okay, so the first question, what types of containers hold liquids? Mm, Harley,
A sink.
a sink. Yes, that's one thing. Mint
Uh, cup.
is a cup. So that's the example of some type of container that hold. Okay, so can the next question, can gas stay in an open container? Bella, turn on your camera. Lisa,
No.
yes, correct. Gas can't stay in the opening container because it will kind of like float everywhere. Okay, so the next vocabulary, the next question here is, what happens if a container is too small for a liquid? Mm, Harley, do
No idea.
okay, so the container is too small, the liquid just like spill everywhere. Okay, so the last question, why do we need containers? Bella, why do we need containers, Bella?
For cooking.
Yes, for cooking. That's one thing. Mint?
Because we need to hold water.
Yes, use it to hold water. Okay, so here's some, these the three states of matter. The gas state. A gas does not have its own shape. It spreads to fill its container. Liquid. A liquid do, does not have its own shape. It takes the shape of its container. And solid. A solid has its own shape. Okay, so here is some forms of water. Here is ice. Ice will go into freeze and will melt it, turn into a liquid. Then the liquid becomes hotter, turn into a gas, or we can say vapor. When the gas turns cold, it will turn back into the water. And then it is colder and colder, it will turn back into ice. And this water cycle happens over and over again. So here's the reading section. Harley, can you read the first sentence? Harley. Okay. How about you, Lisa? Can you read the first sentence?
All things are made of matter.
Yes. The next one, the next sentence is for mint.
Matter has three forms.
Yes, and then Bella. Bella.
Okay. They are so liquid and gas done.
Mm. Oh, okay. So read it. Okay, no. The next sentence, Harley. Harley, can you read the next sentence? Oh, the last time Bella has read, they are solid, liquid, and gas. So the next sentence is for you, Bella. No, Harley.
Soil is matter with its own shape.
Okay, so start over again.
A rock and a book are solid.
Solid,
Even if we move a
solid.
solid, it keeps its shape.
No,
A liquid is
wait,
matter that
Bella, wait, Bella. It keeps its shape. Mint shape. Next, Bella.
a liquid is matter that flows. Water and oil are liquids. A liquid does not have its own shape.
Own shape. Mint.
A liquid takes the shape of its containers. A
Next.
gas is matter that does not have its own shape, like with liquid. A gas spreads to fill all the space of its container. When you blow up a balloon, the air spreads and fills all the space of it.
Yes.
Matter can change forms. Freeze a liquid and it changes to a solid.
Yes.
If you freeze water, it changes to ice. Melt a solid and it changes to a liquid. An ice cream melts in the hot weather. Boil water and it changes into vapor.
Yes. Okay. So before we play the games, we will have our writing section. So the first one. Let's see. Okay, so the first one, who can answer it for me? Let's see, Harley.
Solid.
Yes, solid. Next. Mm,
Not me. This is tricky. Yeah.
mm, okay, so I will answer it for you. It's close. Slow.
No, you look at the book. Not fair.
I'm not looking at a book.
Yes,
So
you
how
did. Why you put your head down?
I don't have a book right here.
So why do you look down?
Because
Anyway,
my camera look when so I can study in my computer and I look down at the computer to write for you, okay? I'm not looking at any book. Do you think I just put the book in front of
easy.
in
Container.
the laptop or something? Okay, container.
Take. The last one is for Lisa or me.
Last one. Wait a second. Last one. Who answered it? Harley. Do you know it?
Air.
Yeah. Yes. Air. Okay. So here we can have our game now.
Don't put Harley out of the wheel. Don't put Harley on the wheel.
Okay, so
Don't put Harley out of the wheel.
who have already choose the gun before will disappear.
I knew it.
Okay, so finish. Looks like it is Lisa. So, Lisa, which game do you choose, Lisa? Wait a second.
Can I ask you?
Wait a second. Wait a second.
How can you put the background in the Google? Thầy Ian.
Where is it? I think somewhere. Review.
Why don't you just type it?
There. Wait a
Review
second.
what?
I need to
Where is it? Stop it!